One of the laws of relationship is you cannot change people without their cooperation. In a non-living thing, you don't need their cooperation for change to happen. So if I have to cut the speed of wood, I don't need the cooperation of wood. I just need an instrument. And I can change it. But human mind, habits. Now here, we need the cooperation of the other person to bring about a change. If they don't cooperate, we can say the same thing 1,000 times, but they might become rude, they might become rebels. In fact, they might take a decision, ये तो अब मैं छोड़ने वाला ही नहीं है, तेरे को जो करना है तू कर ले. So we actually push people away from us instead of bringing them towards us. So one of the key in great relationships is to understand, if I need to change people, if I need to transform people, I need their cooperation. Which means my behavior towards them has to be in a way which will make it easy for them to cooperate with me. I cannot demand a change. I cannot command a change. I can only make them change by them liking me or wanting to do something for myself. So you want to bring a change in some people? Ask yourself this question: what approach should I take because of which they will want to change? Simple. Now this will require you to think. Some of us are used to a particular approach. Sometimes it's the loudness of the voice. Sometimes it's a threat that we have a using. ये अगर ऐसा नहीं किया ना तो मैं ऐसा कर डालूंगा. Sometimes it's all the time carrot and stick approach. If you do this, I will do this. If you don't do this, I won't do this. So many parents, so many teachers attempt to relate to the children using these methods. For some time it might work, but a transformation does not happen inside that person. What we need to think is all the time what approach to take so that the other person will want to develop a change inside them. This is rule number one of relationships. Let's say I'm not in a mood to go out and have my dinner, and my wife is dressed to kill, ready to go out for dinner. Now if I want her to change, I will have to take an approach which excites her. If not, then I have to be ready to change. It's as simple as that. So rule number one in relationships is, I cannot change another human being without their cooperation. Now look into it from your children's perspective inside the classroom. You want somebody to write neatly, you want somebody to dress better, you want people to come on time, you want them to do their homework before time, you want them to ensure that they are disciplined inside the classroom. Unless they want to change, you cannot change them through a child. Now that is what creates a classic teacher. Her ability for the other person to want to change. Rule number two, human beings are not products of logic. We are products of emotions. So relationships are not based on agreements, but it is based through understandings. Human beings are not products of logic, they are products of emotions. So relationships cannot be based on agreement. It has to be based on understandings. Why do partnerships break? Not because there was no agreement. Agreement was there. What went for a toss? Understanding went for a toss. That's why partnerships break. Agreement was there. Understanding was not there. So when do relationships break? When understandings go for a toss. So there is no point in fighting in a relationship reminding about agreements. तुमने ये बोला था. That is agreement. Drop it. What is the understanding? That becomes crucial. Listen to me, I'll go a little deeper into this so that you get clarity and then we'll come back to children. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Others, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm not hearing your voice today.
Yes, sir.
I was missing that. Logic means what? The same thing will bring the same result. That's logic. I put water to heat on the gas stove, it will heat. That's logic. If I speak in the mic, my voice will be magnified. Now this is logic. If I switch on those lights, if the electricity is going through, lights will come on and very soon there will be heat and brightness. Now this is logic. This hall is made how many years ago, sir? This hall? 5 years ago? Okay. Okay, let's say 5 years. Let's say 5 years. Now in 5 years, this hall would have been used how many times?
So many times.
So every year how many times? 100 days? Every year 100 times?
More than that.
More than
Let's say 100. So 5 years, 1500 times. Now 1500 times, the switch to this light would have remained constant. The light would have never said, "Hey, क्या रोज एक switch board मार रहा, थोड़ा change करना." You think it would? Happily it goes on and happily does it function. Now this is called logic. Is there anybody here who loves rasagullas? Rasagullas?
Yes.
What's your name?
Swarupa.
Swarupa?
Yes.
Okay, her name is Swarupa. Sir, what's your name?
Ramakrishna.
Ramakrishna. Now she loves rasagullas. Will you feed her rasagullas?
Yes, sir.
Happily?
Happily.
Okay. So today one deal has been done. Today is Teachers' Day Eve. Ramakrishna is going to invite Swarupa to his house. And Swarupa will go there on a rasgulla party. Okay. So you're married?
Yes.
Happily married?
Happily.
That's the important question. Now, let's assume the scenario. Swarupa goes to Ramakrishna's house. She rings the doorbell, Ramakrishna opens, the house is very beautifully set. You know, when guests come home, our own house looks like somebody else's house. यार अपना घर ठीक है, इतना सुंदर है. Till yesterday we were thinking about changing something. Suddenly our home house is looking beautiful. So Swarupa has come and they are fellow teachers and they have a lot of things to talk about, keep moving movement and what they have been doing inside the classroom and how beautifully things were going. And since he is a very good host, he has bought those good quality, big, authentic Bengali rasagullas. Not that neighboring ka dukaan ka tapri se. Real good ones, real good. Sir, remember all this, huh? And he brings that large plate. You know, Bengali rasagullas, each rasagulla is almost 250 grams in weight. These normal ones are 60, 70, 80 grams. Authentic Bengali rasgulla. बीच में अंदर इलायची, थोड़ा सा उसके संग में पिस्ता विस्ता मेरा classic rasgulla. He takes those two, puts it on a plate along with that proper spoon. You know there are 3-4 sizes of spoons. So the right kind of spoon, and he says, "Swarupa." Swarupa is a rasgulla fan. He says, "Wow, thank you so much." And slowly she starts eating. And she finishes it up fast. 2 big ones. Ramakrishna's wife was busy inside the kitchen, and then she comes out and says, "Oh, this is that lady who loves rasagullas. Okay, nice, come." And she takes 2 more and gives it to her on the plate. Says, "Lo khao." Swarupa says, "Nahi, 2 bahut ho gaya. I love rasagullas, but there is some internal capacity." She says, "ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? आप पहली बार खाए हो, मेरे हाथ से तो कुछ खाया नहीं आपने, आपको तो लेना ही पड़ेगा। और ये थोड़े ना लेके आए हैं, ये तो ऑर्डर करते हैं, लेके तो मैं आई हूँ, तो मेरे हाथ से तो लेना ही पड़ेगा." Used to. Now how do you think Swarupa is looking at it? With a lot of love, affection, joy, ecstasy. Her smile becomes a little smaller, right? Now the speed of the 2 rasagulla going inside is dramatically slow. She is wishing in one, everything disappears, but it's not. First 2 rasagullas she took about 6 minutes. Second 2 rasagullas she's taken about 20 minutes. Doorbell rings and I come in the house. "Hey, how are you? All of you having a good time?" He's not invited me, but I'm a shameless fellow. I was brought up in Calcutta, so rasagullas and Naren, you can't keep the 2 of them away. So I go there and I hug him and I say, "How?" You know, in India when a guest comes home, you can't throw them out. That's the beauty of being an Indian, staying in India. You go to US, they might ask you at the door, "Yes, what do you want?" In India, nobody asks like that. Whether you like it or not, then you say, "Aa jao." I also come inside and I say, "Where is Swarupa?" "Oh, there she's sitting. My turn." I take one plate, put 2 rasagullas, and I tell her, "Eat." What do you think is Swarupa's status now? Very excited, very happy. She says, "Naren, मैं 4 खा गया." I said, You can't tell me no. Whatever till now I have given in KMM, you have taken. This also you have to take. Chalo, eat. Poor girl now. Maybe tears have started coming. What does this mean? For 5 years, the mic does not complain about the switch. In the morning, when she went there, "Sir, what is the date, sir?" Date? When you have invited her?
Tomorrow.
Ah, sir. Maybe better to know it and keep, no? Because I also have a role there. So that day, in the morning when she went there, Rasagulla was all pleasure. After 4 have gone in, same Rasagulla now is
Punishment.
not pleasure, torture, punishment, pain, which means we are not products of logic. Logic means everything should have made me function the same way. But it did not. My emotions keep on changing, hence my needs keep on changing, the way I look at things keep on changing. There are times when I will miss my wife and I will want to be with her, and there will be times when I want to be with anybody but her. There will be times when I listen to music and there is time when I want silence. There are times when I want to be at home and there are times when I want to be out with nature. Logic means everything has to be the same way. But you and me are not products of logic, we are products of emotions. Our emotions keep on changing. Hence, in relationships, understand this. You are not relating to a product of logic, you are relating to a product of emotions. Which means logically you cannot build a relationship. Logically you and me both know that we should exercise and remain fit. I did a program on Sunday for 125 couples where both the partners compulsorily must be 50 years old and alive. So we had about 250 people in the audience. And one of the questions which they gave to me was, "We are already 65 Now, what to do with life? There is no driving force. We have retired from work, सब हो गया, बच्चों की शादी भी हो गई, पोते भी हो गए. अभी क्या करने का लाइफ से? बहुत बोरिंग है. And I told them, why are you looking at the life which is already gone? Why don't you look at life which is there ahead of you? Have you heard of a person called Fauja Singh? Who is 101? And he participates in marathons. Every year he runs in 3 marathons. At the age of 101, he is running 42 kilometers. Some of my friends over here, 21 kilometers, what do you say? 42. And he's still going strong. Warren Buffett, 85. Second richest man on this world. And he's still the chairman, he still comes and works for 10 hours every day. So I asked them, you are 65. Even if you have to live till Warren Buffett, 20 years. For 20 years, so much can be done. So don't look at 65 which is gone. Look at the 20 which is coming. And immediately one person said, why 20? I'm looking to the next 36. He says, maybe century marega. And I asked them, okay, how many of you are going to hit century? Tell me. Almost everybody's hand went up. So okay, next year invite me again and I must see a fitter gathering. And one request to all of you, to prove to yourself you are sincere about living till 100 plus, from today onwards drop white sugar. White sugar is poison. It doesn't help. You want sweet? Eat natural sweet. Eat fruits. Eat banana. Eat an apple. It will give you the sweet that body requires. You don't have to take white sugar. That day in the lunch, they had rabdi. Many of them bought their plates and showed to me. No rabdi. What changed? 65 years old, it was looking like pain to them. They're already 65. Now what to do? 101, now suddenly that looks like a target which is worth it. Logically nothing has changed, but the emotions have changed. So the whole game of relationships is, are you a source of pleasure to a person or are you a source of play? It's not a question of how much you are right or how much you are wrong. Are you pleasure or are you pain? That's the question. If I am a source of pleasure to your life, even if I don't know enough, you will want me in your life. That's why some of us say sense of humor. Source of pleasure. Somebody to guide me, source of pleasure. Somebody who can motivate me, source of pleasure. Somebody who is trustworthy, a trustworthy person is a source of pleasure. All the qualities that we talk about are qualities which to us in them will be a source of pleasure. I want my child to listen to me. Am I a source of pleasure to my child or am I a painful entity to my child? I want the children in my class to listen to me. Am I a source of pain or am I a source of pleasure in their life? So sometimes parents will complain to me and tell me, Naren, what you say, we have been telling the same thing to our children. They listen to you, they don't listen to me. There is only one simple difference. You look like a source of pain to them, I look like a source of pleasure to them. Same thing said by me, they listen. Same thing said by you, they don't listen. The way you communicate is harsh, even if it is the same substance which I am giving to them. I am also telling them, exercise, but the way I say it, they are thrilled. But how you say is, ये बेवकूफ पता नहीं जिंदगी में क्या करेगा, एकदम सड़ेला इंसान है, बोल बोल के परेशान हो गया, सुनता नहीं है, बाप का खाता रहता है, नालायक वाला, कम से कम एक्सरसाइज तो कर. Now this is how you tell them exercise. And I tell them, experience exercise tomorrow and see if you can stay fresh the whole day. You know, your attention will be very high. You'll be able to be much more productive. And if you can beat your sleep, get up and go out, you'll actually believe you can achieve anything in life. You don't have to depend on others to motivate you. Your greatest source of motivation will be within you. And I would love it if you can experience it just for one day. कल एक दिन उठ के जाके यार, if you feel very bad about exercising, then next day I will not ask you to exercise. एक दिन के लिए कर. He goes exercises and says, I really enjoyed it, thank you so much. And he goes and tells his father, I exercise. बाप बोलते हाँ पैसा दे के आगे सीखेगा और क्या करेगा? नालायक औरत औलाद है मेरा. The point is what? Understand, my friends, the point is not about right and wrong. You and me both know what is right and what is wrong. The point is, the way you say it, are you a source of pain or are you a source of pleasure? You want to get the best out of your children. You'll have to think how to be a source of pleasure in their life. Different children will take it differently. For some, appreciation will matter. For some, maybe you have to create a little distance and create in them a sense of longing. For some, maybe a challenge will work. But you have to find out what will work with your children. You know, when we are told, Naren, why don't you send your students to take the class in the school? We can. But these things only you will know. We won't know. We will talk and come. We will be the jug in the mug. But in your place, you'll be able to create a beautiful concoction, which we will not be able to create. So rule number 1 of relationships is, I cannot change people without their cooperation. And rule number 2 of relationships is, people are not products of logic. So don't go on telling them, ye kar, ye mat kar, and for heaven's sake, don't make that dialogue. Kitni baar tumko ek hi cheez bolu. This is the most ridiculous statement anybody can make to somebody else. Logic by itself doesn't work. It has to be associated with the right kind of